Hello, I just got to my hotel and I got a free upgrade, but that was just awesome. I want to talk about a book. Let me go get it. Okay. So if you saw my stories, oh my God. If you saw my stories, I just bought this new book, The Whole Brain Child. I've heard about it. People have told me about it. I really like how I parent, so I was just not super into like buying a bunch of parenting books. But now that I want to write one, I was like, I should probably read parenting books because I should understand all the information that's out there that people are already getting. So I started this book. I read and don't get mad at me. I don't do this. I usually have bookmarks. I didn't have a bookmark because it was a new book and I didn't think about it. I'm already like a third of the way in. It's a super easy read. And it like explains things in such a great way, and it gives you ways to explain things to your child. But the practice that I love that the first portion of the book talks about is how you need to connect your right brain to your child's right brain. So when a child is really upset, even though logically you know that what they're upset about like doesn't make sense, or they're to you they're like overreacting, to them they're not. And so for you to be the parent that responds to their right side of their brain and like kind of mirroring their emotions, which is something that I have done a lot as a teacher, and I definitely do it with my kids now, that when they're upset, even if it's at me or at whoever it is, I get down to their eye level and I sit with them and I label the emotion. We feel the emotion, and then once we're like at a more level state, we then talk about the emotion. And so that's pretty much the main thing I want to talk about here. They give a lot of like great information, but another thing okay, let's see how I want to talk about this. And I feel like doing this practice and being able to help children through these big emotions, first off, as the whole brain book explains, is that like you're teaching your child how to logically feel these big emotions. Like you're connecting the brain to work together, and it only does that when you like practice. And so they talk a lot about that, and they go into other things. What am I trying to say? Oh wait, that's what I wanted to talk about. So it's just like really good practice, and I think it's really good practice for us as adults, because I think a lot of times adults don't really know how to self-regulate and how to like feel their emotions and then get through it. So there was a line that I really wanted to talk about. The best conversation. No, that's not it. Of course, I've already underlined so many things. Oh, okay. So the whole reason of why we do this and like mirror their emotion and be like, oh man, that's so frustrating. Like, come here, like, maybe you take deep breaths or you hit a pillow or, whatever. The line that I underlined was, he felt heard and cared for. And I feel like a lot of times adults don't feel that. We don't feel heard or cared for. And I know, especially as a mom and as a teacher and as a woman in society, and all the burnout books that I've read and things that just talk about self-care for adults, that is an area that I think people struggle in so much, to feel like they have a place to vent comfortably with somebody, and feel heard through those big emotions, because everybody has those emotions, and the people that we feel most comfortable with are the ones that get to experience those emotions. But we can't be happy without also feeling sad and mad and jealous and stressed and all those other fun emotions. Anyways, highly recommend. There it is.